NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
Honoring the life of George Floyd, today's memorial service is fueling San Diegans to take action in solidarity. Thanks so much for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Mark Mullen. George Floyd honored at the Minneapolis sanctuary today by friends and family for being a father, a brother, and now a symbol for racial injustice and change nationally.
I just want to say thank you to him just for being there, just being a real, genuine person, just being loving and caring and somebody I can count on no matter what.
Like, he was this great big giant, and when he would wrap his arms around you, you would just feel like, you were, everything could just go away.
San Diegans who watched Floyd's memorial say they are hoping for change. Coop's West Texas Barbecue at Lemon Grove Live streamed the service for customers. Coop repeated what many have said over the past week, that there must be justice for Floyd's death. He said the healing doesn't begin today, but only after the officers involved are convicted, he says. One of the customers said it will take actually more than that.
A lot of people saying it's about time. I get a lot of people saying, and that's not just black people, that's white people saying it's about time.
Until Washington decide no more, then it's going to be just like it is. And that's all I got to say.
Both men said they don't condone the violence, and Coop said his heart is warm to see people of all races and backgrounds coming together to peacefully protest. Speaking of which, hundreds of people gathered this evening in downtown near police headquarters for the 5th straight day of demonstrations for racial injustice. Protesters started downtown, walked to North Park at 30th and University, making their way into Hillcrest. 500 people at least by our count. Meanwhile, National Guard troops are stationed in La Mesa. San Diego County Sheriff's Department requested their assistance after last weekend's unrest led to looting, fires, and property damage. Sheriff Bill Gore says soldiers cannot make arrests but can detain suspects until law enforcement arrives. The county requested 200 troops for the entire region. Now to the latest on the coronavirus crisis in San Diego. Our positive testing rate increased to 4%. That's 142 new cases out of 3,714 tests reported. There are now 7,940 total cases. Sadly, 5 more San Diegans died, bringing the death toll to 288. That's just in the county. Churches in San Diego County are now allowed to have in-person services again, but only at 25% capacity. But some county leaders are asking for more. The board voted earlier this week to send a letter to Governor Newsom's office asking for churches to be allowed to open at full capacity as long as physical distancing rules are followed. A local church leader with whom we spoke hopes the governor's office will approve the plan, but he also said he understands the need for caution.
The more patient we are and have been, then it makes coming together a joy rather than something that can make you look left or right. We are wanting people to come if it's right and good and safe, and we're taking it slow.
Not all church leaders in the region feel the same, though. As we have been reporting, the South Bay Church sued the state of California and even took their case all the way to the Supreme Court in hopes of reopening faster. The Supreme Court sided with the state. You hear about this? AMC Theater says it has substantial doubt it can remain in business after the coronavirus pandemic. In a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the company disclosed concerns about liquidity, its ability to generate revenue, and the timeline of reopening at its many theaters. Adding to the problem, distributors may continue to push back new film releases. There is also the possibility that some studios will begin offering audiences more movies on demand or through streaming. After this quick break, Dagmar joins us with the forecast for Friday and a look ahead towards the weekend.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
Bill Howe is open to provide customers with repairs and services. We have taken additional measures to keep our customers and technicians safe. We will continue to provide San Diego with trusted, exceptional service.
Because we know how.
Ending up seeing a beautiful Friday, so we'll still see low clouds along the coast, and those are really stubborn to clear for your Thursday. Friday, you'll still end up seeing that to some extent. It's this onshore flow now. The inland valleys, you'll reach about that low 70 mark, close to the beaches, which would be upper 60s, low 70s. Again, partly cloudy to at times mostly cloudy skies for the beaches, partly cloudy inland valley zones. Mountains, you're looking at the mid 60s. Lower elevations will end up seeing just some of those low clouds. And then the deserts, you're looking at the mid 90s, but that cool down is a good 10-12 degree drop from where you have been with the excessive heat warning. So everybody cooling off, but the trade-off, we've got some westerly winds pushing through the region and some clouds along the coast. Other than that, though, really, it's going to be a pretty decent Friday.
Talking to kids about topics like racism, police brutality, and civil disobedience can be really tough, but experts say it is necessary. A lot of families right now are having tough conversations about the latest unrest. Many say it may be hard to find the right words as adults, but ignoring it only adds to the problem.
Understanding that people are in pain. We move forward by people who are in power listening to me, but most importantly, listening to this generation. At the end of the day, there has to be real change from the bottom up. Local government, state government, federal government, policing has to change.
I'm balancing between heartbroken and angry, and I'm 17. That shouldn't be something I have to do after I just graduated high school.
Experts say that one of the most important things to do is just start the conversation, and it's important to remember that children rely on their parents to make sense of a difficult world. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in. I'm Mark Mullen. Be safe. Have a good night.